The more common problem is that they actually do believe in what they sell, but they're not professional enough to be convincing in the sales conversation. They often have a sales personality deficiency, where they are not good with people or not good with different types of people. They get into sales by accident. They should have been screened out from the start, but sadly, the world of sales is just not that logical. Ikimashou! Let's get going. This is the Sales Japan series being broadcast from Minato-ku here in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. You are listening to this podcast because you are a motivated student of sales who wants to be even better, make your sales life easier, and enjoy the rewards of success. Our show is brought to you by the Sales Advantage course. This is the bedrock course for salespeople who want to become professionals in selling. Hosted in-house or join our public programs. We offer the training in Japanese or English. If you want to improve your sales results, then contact me at greg.story, greg.story, S-T-O-R-Y at dalecarnegie.com. We have lots of free information for you at japan.dalecarnegie.com, so check it out. I do 3 weekly podcasts, and if you have an interest in leadership, search for the Leadership Japan series on iTunes. And if you're interested in presentations, then look for the Presentations Japan series also on iTunes. This is episode number 4, and today we are talking about sales certainty. The hardest sales job in the world is selling something you don't believe in yourself. The acid test is, would you sell this whatever to your grandmother? If the answer is no, then get out of there right now. It is rarely that clear cut though. The most important test is whether you are selling something that solves the client's problem or not. Selling clients on things that are not in their best interests is a formula for long-term failure and personal and professional brand suicide. There are elements in the sales process which are so fundamental you wonder why I would even bring them up. For example, believing in what you sell. There are lots of salespeople, though, trapped in jobs where they don't believe but keep selling. You don't have to look far to find them. They are going through the motions, but you never feel they have your best interests at heart. They usually don't have any other sales process than blarney and BS. We may buy from these people, but we come to bitterly resent being conned, and we don't forgive or forget. Today with social media, your crime is soon broadcast far and wide, warning everyone to be very careful when dealing with the likes of you. The more common problem is that they actually do believe in what they sell, but they are not professional enough to be convincing in the sales conversation. They often have a sales personality deficiency, where they are not good with people or not good with different types of people. They get into sales by accident. They should have been screened out from the start, but sadly, the world of sales is just not that logical. When I joined Shinsei's retail bank, I recognized immediately that 70% of the salespeople should never have been given a sales role. My brief was, we have 300 salespeople and we're not getting anywhere. Come in and fix it. The vast majority of people in the role of convincing wealthy Japanese customers to buy our financial products were really suffering. They lacked the communication skills, the people skills, the persuasion power, the warmth, the concern for the customer, etc., which they needed to be successful. Why on earth were they there then, you might ask? Many of them had never been in a sales role. Many had been in backroom jobs, never facing customers. When Shinsei moved all of the operations components out of the branches, they gained tremendous efficiency. The operations part became centralized and worked like a charm. But the operations staff were still there and were given sales jobs. Disastrous for them. How about your sales team? Are all of your colleagues in the right role? Are you in the right role. At Shinsei, we worked out who was best suited for a sales role and gave those people the proper training to equip them for the success. The remainder were given a role elsewhere in the bank. What training did we give them? Before I arrived, mathematics was thought to be really important for bankers. It probably is for certain roles, but the ability to ask good questions, to fully understand wealthy customers' needs, was much more important. So is the understanding that first impressions should not be left to chance but needed to be created. If I don't like or trust you, why would I want to buy anything from you? At Dale Carnegie, we do a lot of sales training and we see the same client issues come up continuously. Certainty around the thing being sold must be in evidence. Selling is the transfer of your enthusiasm for the product or service to the buyer. Your body language must naturally exude belief. Your face needs to be friendly. It sounds a bit ridiculous, except that many people in sales roles don't smile easily. They don't exude warmth, coming across as cold, hard, clinical, mercenary, and overly efficient. We all love to buy, but we hate being sold, and efficient salespeople make us nervous. Fluency in communication is critical, be it Japanese or English. A lot of filler words like eto, ano, etc. might help you to think of what you want to say next, but you come across as if you are not sure or convinced about what you're saying or proposing. We definitely don't buy salesperson uncertainty. Record your own sales conversations and check if what you are saying is coming out in a professional manner, bolstering the confidence of the buyer in what you are saying. A totally canned sales speech is the opposite problem. I sold encyclopedias for Britannica as my first sales job. We had to pass a memory test where we could recite the entire 20-25 minute presentation precisely. Having passed, we were then dropped in a forlorn, working class outer suburb in my hometown of Brisbane and turned loose on an unsuspecting public. There were no questions involved, but a lot of data dumping going on in that canned speech. Astonishingly, despite all we know 40 years later, there are still people trying to make careers in sales while wading through minute after minute of the features of the whatever. Where are the client questions? The needs understanding, the explanation of the benefits, the application of the benefits, the evidence, the proper sales basics. Success in sales is based on following a sales process. That process is based on three powerful foundations: your belief in what you are selling, your ability to fluently articulate back to the buyer what you heard they need, and how your solution satisfies their need. If you want to be successful in sales, make sure you introduce a proper sales process. Get certainty, get fluency, and get going. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series, and we hope you enjoyed today's show, brought to you by the Sales Advantage course. As mentioned, if you want to do better in sales, then waste no more time or effort. Contact me at greg.story, greg.story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. For further help, head over to japan.dalecarnegie.com. Check out my other podcast, the Leadership Japan series and the Presentations Japan series on iTunes.